I got my old Denver Broncos glass
Nice. What are you
with the
drinking?
old. I'm drinking a Breckenridge IPA, some kind of IPA.
Was that the place we went? Was that the brewery we went to?
Trying to think of when you guys came.
It wasn't.
The one with the beef jerky right next door.
Oh, no.
No, we didn't go to Breckenridge.
What was the place we went to?
We went to Golden.
Manitou.
and
Golden.
Manitou.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. Manitou Springs. Never
So you guys
forget.
ready for the new theme song now that you're all here?
You're unveiling it?
It's tasty.
Wait, are you going to play it?
Oh, yeah, I'm playing it right now for you guys.
Oh.
See, here. It's fucking awesome.
If you mess up once,
I will try my best not to.
if you go,
I don't think I will.
Wish you would have recorded it and just played it.
You ready?
It's got like Funky Town vibes. Ooh. Jake, did you make this?
Hey, did you just watch the movie Hot Rod? Because there's a random scene in that movie.
Yes, that's pretty much it. We'll master it. But
There's a random scene in that movie where they cut to this Asian dude doing a weird dance, and it plays a song that sounds exactly like that.
Really? Well,
Yeah, I think
they
he
might have
stole
stolen
it.
from me.
I'm gonna look it up real quick.
3 hours later.
It was pretty different.
Oh yeah, very different. Very different. This is original.
I wish you guys
Come
could
on.
see the video. Oh wait. No. Oh no. Okay, so I think it was like a fake YouTube version because they couldn't play the real song. Because they
They
did
get copyrighted for doing that.
You like what you see?
Did you hear it for
You're
that
gonna catch a
brief
strike
moment?
for doing that.
Oh.
What'd you say, Huff?
I said he's gonna catch a strike on his YouTube channel if he keeps playing it.
Yeah.
Hunter, are you just
Yeah.
gonna have to take your Blu-ray copy of Hot Rod and record the TV screen?
Probably.
Jeez.
I'm gonna give it one more chance.
Kidding me?
Echo, go away.
Are we on episode 59 or 58?
I think 58. I think.
The Roquan Smith.
Type
Yeah.
in, dog.
No, I'll definitely do that. But yeah, welcome to Bro Football Focus episode 58. Don't know the person. With me, as always, is Austin and Jake. And we have brought in by fan vote. You guys texted in your favorite guests, and number 2 favorite guest of all time is with us. Huffy, give it up for Huffy.
Yeah.
Hey, who was
Congratulations,
number 1?
Huff.
Was it Bull?
Trench always cool. Oh, Trench. Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
must
Trench
have
had
pulled
very
ahead in the
high
polls.
ratings.
It's
Trench has been polling well since he got a new house.
yeah,
Well, it is an honor to be back on the cast. I appreciate it, fellas.
yeah. You should come on more. We've been pretty lackluster recently.
Yeah.
Well, if you toss me an invite, I'll always hop on. I can
Trust
talk
me,
about
oh,
football all day.
There's
Hell
a
yeah.
pretty good episode out there that has not been edited.
Huff's gonna be a resident guest.
You talking about the fucking Pirates of the Caribbean episode?
Yeah,
Wait, what happened with that episode?
it just hasn't been edited yet.
Jake, that's the
I
one
got some
that that's our money.
side
That's our
work,
claim
man.
to fame.
That's our non-fungible token right there.
Yeah, dude. If you made an NFT of that film,
That's what we do.
Oh man.
That
But
the NFT is a
BFF
35-minute clip of
NFTs.
us talking about Pirates of the Caribbean.
yeah. But all right, before we get into anything, Cast is going to take a serious note. League lost Demarius Thomas at the age of 33. I didn't see a cause of death, but this thing that I'm assuming Jake put in here is a quote from his
Yeah.
cousin, which says that he believed he had a seizure when he died in the shower. So that sucks.
Which I think led to
Demaryius
some sort
Thomas-
of cardiac arrest.
Yeah, according to all reports, Demaryius Thomas, like super cool, just very nice guy, joy to be around. So that really stinks, and it's also
Yeah.
pretty scary to think that you could just be a young, healthy individual and just die all alone in your shower.
Yeah. Especially like not even just a young, healthy individual, like the freakest of athletes, like DT. Oh man.
Yeah.
I don't know
I
how
don't know
that
if you
happens.
guys saw the clip, but the first play of the game, Broncos went out intentionally with 10 players and let the clock run, and then the Lions declined the penalty out of respect.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think
Dan
Bill
Campbell
Belichick would have
declined that.
accepted the penalty.
Yeah, Bill Belichick would definitely have accepted it. Guarantee
It's a nice sentiment, but this is
you.
We got a
Rules
game
are
one,
rules.
and that's what we came to do.
yeah. But all
Great
right.
team, great player.
Yeah.
Then
so-
I added the career stats. I don't know if you guys want to bring up any of the stats, but he was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Demaryius
He's a
Thomas.
dog.
was good. I think most memorable play in everybody's minds is probably that Tim Tebow slant to him the game before the AFC Championship game, I think.
Yeah. I remember watching that and just seeing Rick and all the Steelers fans' hearts ripped out because that was a good ass game and it came down to the last play. It was an overtime, right?
First play of
So, yeah.
overtime, Tim Tebow
And it
just
was like a classic Tebow slant.
rips it
5 yards.
touchdown. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Damn.
So rest in peace, Demaryius Thomas. That sucks. But playoff standings. You guys want to talk about those?
Yeah, let's get
Yeah.
into it.
All right.
Quite
Who we got
the
top right?
quite the turn of events. What would the Bills what would they have been seeded if they would have beat the Patriots? One.
Oh,
We're still
If they
seeing
would've-
7.
yeah. If they would have beat the Pace, they would have been at least number 2 or 3. Yeah, but losing to them really fucked us, and then losing to the Buccaneers really piled on.
Now, do you blame that all on Stephon Diggs not catching that ball in the end zone?
No, I think that the wind was so crazy. There was no way he was going to catch. Like, you had to have crazy hand-eye coordination. Like,
Oh yeah.
I don't think anyone could have caught that, maybe.
Now, so Austin and Huffy being Bills fans, just what's going on? What's this collapse?
I'm not too worried about it, if I'm being honest. You know, we played the Colts and they demolished us on the ground. You know, we got our asses handed to us because our run defense is bad. So, plus
Yeah.
they're a top 10 power rankings team. The Patriots game, I mean, they threw the ball 3 times. It was like a tornado going through the
It was
stadium.
a classic
know,
Bill
It's just-
Belichick weather weapons.
Yeah.
Like,
And then we played the defending Super Bowl champions and we lost in overtime. So, like, I don't hold any
Yeah.
of those 3 losses in too high
and
regard,
Josh
but
Allen laid it all out on the line in that game. Like, I don't know if you guys watched that. He went crazy at the end.
Yeah, but
300 yards passing, 100 yards rushing,
but
and just
remaining
left the game in a
schedule-
walking boot. Just put it all
Our
out.
remaining schedule is actually pretty easy. We face the Jets, who have the worst defense in the NFL. We face the Panthers, who don't have a quarterback
Yeah.
or a running back. We face the Falcons. We should win that.
They have Cam
And then-
Newton.
We play the Patriots one more time. They bench Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Wow, how disrespectful.
He's bad. He's not very
And
good
we
at
play the
football.
Patriots. We play the Pats in New England too. So I do think we'll probably
When is that
have a
game?
tough one there.
2 weeks.
What's
from now.
that?
2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah. So the weather might not be. I mean, compared to that game, I would.
Well-
I don't know if you can get worse and still legally play the game. So,
Yeah.
and that was quite the circumstances, and I don't think you can really judge anything off of that game because it was like, again, Patriots do 3 times. So
I mean,
it's
they're
like,
built to run the ball, and we are built to pass the ball. And so it makes no sense. I said this like 2 podcasts ago, how the Bills fans want to build a dome. And I said that we don't play good in bad weather. I said this before this game
Yeah.
even happened. The very
Yeah.
next game, it's 50-mile-per-hour winds, and we can't fucking complete any passes, and we have no run game. So what
now
do
do
you
you
do?
think that seals the deal with the dome?
Oh,
Are the
I think
taxpayers gonna
at the
put it
end of the
in?
day, if the taxpayers agreed to it, I think we'll get the dome. But I think if Terry Pagula's fucking funding it himself, he'll just get whatever the cheapest option is because he doesn't give a fuck.
Courtyard of a Marriott or something like that.
Yeah.
Now,
Maybe just a slight upgrade.
Is Tre'Davious White out for the season?
He's
Yeah.
out. He
That'll
had
be
surgery
interesting.
today on his ACL.
Because I think he might be. Well, I mean, he probably is the best player on the defense. Maybe one of the best players on the team. Top 3 best players on the team, at least. So
Undisputed best defensive player. Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see.
Better than AJ Espinosa?
Yeah.
Because I mean, like how many plays he
makes,
makes.
like 30% snaps.
Like he's literally like
man.
a huge reason why the pass defense is pretty fucking good. And then now he's out. So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see, especially because like Mac Jones is pretty consistent in regards to passing.
Yeah.
I think he's probably the most consistent rookie out there.
I mean,
in
to
regards
be
to quarterbacks,
honest, our corners, even though they're kind of trash, like they're not top notch. Like Dane Jackson was like a 7th round pick. Levi Wallace was undrafted. They held their own pretty well against Mike Evans and Chris Godwin last week. They just had some pass interference calls. But I also think the refereeing in that game was the worst reffing of all season. Like I saw
in the Patriots
so
game
many
or
people
in
on
the
Twitter
Bucks game?
in the Buccaneers game, because we dropped back to pass 56 times or something like that, and they didn't get one pass interference. And there's like 10 pictures on Twitter of Stephon Diggs' whole shirt getting ripped off.
Oh yeah.
And then when the Buccaneers were when we were on offense, they were holding the shit out of like our guys. It's like vice versa wasn't getting called.
Yeah.
But it was a very weird game. I feel like that was like it felt staged, that game. Like I'm not one to be too conspiracy like oriented with the NFL, but
your Twitter
I think
has been pretty ref conspiracy oriented all season.
I do think, dude, listen, they opened up sports betting this year, and we have seen so many bullshit games by the referees. How can you trace if these guys are betting on their own games? We already know the NBA had that controversy, and it's for sure known the mafia paid the refs
and
for the
Tom
NBA.
Brady was seen talking to a ref before the game.
Hunter, I'm watching. There's this show on ESPN Plus called Man in the Arena. Tom Brady's entire career has been his first fucking trip to the Super Bowl was because Charles Woodson had a strip sack. They threw a flag and said that he was throwing a forward pass, and they made up a rule on the spot, and that rule is now known as the Tuck rule and the Brady rule, they call it. They make rules for Tom Brady. It's literally like, I have respect for Tom Brady as a player, but he gets treated completely different by the refs. And Josh Allen's getting destroyed.
Before.
What's that?
It's that something happened that they never saw before. They had to make a rule.
You can't make.
What do you mean?
On the spot.
Yeah, they never saw it, and they
That's
made
like,
up.
That's like an after.
They'd have to bring an index
So
card
like,
out.
we have to
measure
establish the precedent right here in
Right
the AFC
now.
Championship game with the game on the line.
I know we should talk to New York. I know we should talk to everybody else, but there's 5 of us here. Let's do it.
I don't know.
Let's make the call right here, right now, you and me.
No, but I mean, it is ridiculous when you have, literally every game. As soon as somebody's shirt is pulled, they get a flag, and the announcers are like, "Yeah, that's what does it." Once you see that shirt pulled, that's gonna be a holding call. And then they literally watching the review, like, close call, but I think it was a good call on their part.
I'll send some of the pictures so we can put on the cast, but they're Stephon is getting held by the shirt entirely.
I think
insane.
Any given play,
he's written down like this.
Any given play in an NFL football game, I could slow it down, pause it, isolate on some dudes. Guarantee you, I would pick out a bunch of things that weren't called because it's so fast.
Case, you should work for New York.
Like the best.
That's my exact point. That's my point, though, because they can literally change games
like the best,
however they want.
Trent Williams is holding like every single play, but they don't call it because of like how he does it and how it looks.
Yeah, it's a bull hold. It's legal, technically.
Well, here's the thing is about on the broadcast, like they always shoot over to the ref, like, "Hey, Terry McAuley, can we get your idea on that?" And Terry McAuley came in after the Stephon Diggs no call in the end zone to go up late in the fourth quarter, and he said, "That's the definition of pass
Yeah, literally.
interference. I'm shocked that wasn't called.
Well,
And it's
that was
very rare that he disagrees or whoever their officiating
That was
guy
his
is, that he
opinion.
disagrees with the call on the field.
Why are
his-
they not consulting
he's
that
not
guy?
on the field and he's getting
Yes.
called in for a reason
I
because
don't
he's
know.
not down there.
I have one last conspiracy to bring up. Were you guys watching the Packers game?
Are you
Yes.
talking about Aaron Rodgers?
Did you see the Aaron Rodgers lookalike in the crowd? And Aaron
Doesn't even
Rodgers said it
really
was a
look
plant.
like him. If you shave that dude's beard, he
looks
looks
like-
nothing like Aaron Rodgers.
I know, but listen, he was a plant by the fucking CBS broadcasting crew because they pan in on him and he looks up. This is not on the Jumbotron. So how would he know they're filming him? He looks up, looks right at the camera, points at it. And then on Twitter, I found his Twitter. He was replying to Ian Rappaport or something. And he literally only has 5 tweets, and they're all him. Like, he's from Germany or something. He's visiting America. He's going to the Packers game, and he's like, mission accomplished. And then he has
What the
5
fuck?
tweets.
How do you know it wasn't on the Jumbotron? Were you at the game?
They said like it was the live broadcast. It was the people in the booth talking. It wasn't the stadium. It was
Could've
the
been-
I want
CBS.
more
Could've been
doppelgangers.
watching
So I
on
hope they keep
Hulu.
planting people.
I don't know. All I know
It wasn't
is
on the Jumbo, dude.
if
Yeah,
you,
and just a quick correct. It was NBC.
Yeah, I was gonna say
NBC.
in your tweet said the NBC broadcast. So what is it, huh?
No, I'm going straight off the dome here, dude. NBC, CBS, whatever. They are staging the NFL games and they're staging people in the crowd.
All right. Well, as a member of the national news media, I'm gonna say that that's not true. Nothing in the
Yeah.
news media is.
I
fake.
think I
hope
am
it is,
pretty
And I hope they
conspiracy
keep
minded.
doing it because I'd like to see more of it.
But
Austin's Twitter is QAnon and NFL conspiracies.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
if you guys are interested in this rule banter, let us know in the comments. Smash that like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
Next week we're actually
Speaking of-
having Ed Hockley on, and he's gonna talk to us more about it. And I hear he's wearing his tank top.
If we could
No.
get Big Ed on, we would push Matt.
What do you mean if?
For sure.
It's happening.
Yeah, he's going on next week, dude.
You got on
I'd
his
love to get
PR
his
team?
workout regimen.
So I
Yeah.
don't know if you guys heard. I think it might have been during the Bills game. I think, but one of the announcers, it was because I know it was a disputed call, and I don't know if you guys caught it, but they had said something about like the Sky Judge or something like that. Like, oh yeah, that's where they're trying to work on this new, Sky Ref thing. And one of the
Yeah.
announcers was like, oh, like he had said something along the lines of like, oh yeah, like not this year, but next year. Like he had like said
Yeah.
something really quick, and the announcer was like, oh, is there something to look forward to? And he's like, forget it. And it was just like, so clearly there's going to be some type of new ref rule or new reffing system either next year.
I know
or
they
the
were
years
adopting. They were adopting something from the XFL that they had.
following.
I think it's that they have. Oh, it's that they have views of the broadcast footage because before they could only use, before they could only use the on the field sideline views from the NFL or something. Now,
that would
but
make
like
sense.
CBS would have like a better broadcast, or NBC or Fox. Like they have
Y-
better
yeah.
cameras. They have high up ones.
Now that you say that, I think it was right after, because somebody had said like it was right when they like reviewed a call and it was blatant. It was like clearly that's whatever penalty it was. And the
Yeah.
dude had said he's like sometimes it's just that one angle and that's what really shows it. And then he had said something along the lines of like, yeah, like not yet, but we got something cooking essentially.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
So
so
I don't know if it's like AI robot refs where they never make mistakes and they can run faster than a
Yeah.
cheetah.
I
That's
feel like
what they
that's
need.
how it should be. I've never understood this in like baseball too, because if you're watching like a baseball broadcast, like it'll show you where the ball is in the strike box, and the umpire can just be wrong. So like, why do we have the information, but it's just like it's based on whatever that one guy thinks?
Because
Like,
it takes
why is there
away
not-
from the tradition.
Yeah.
of
The traditions.
I mean,
Game.
so does like letting black people play.
It's like,
But
why do we
like,
have a
Oh
game in the
my
NFL?
god.
Oh,
change is a good thing, is what I'm trying to say.
Wow.
well, you said
Great
it in
time
a
on the
crazy way.
cast. I hope you guys have a good rest of it.
That's crazy.
I
See,
think
what
everything I just said is fine.
We'll blur that
In the
out.
kitchen.
Why do we need to?
along not Hunter's thought process, but along the conversation, it is interesting. Like, why not have super small sensors like in the helmets, in the ball, in like the uniforms? So especially like, helmet to helmet contact. It's like, well, actually, this sensor was up here and this one was down here, so it physically could not have been helmet to helmet. Like stuff like that. Have some nerds in the booth like calculating sensors and shit.
Yeah, definitely. Microchip in the ball. You have like lasers
Well, and
on every
microchip
down
the
and
players.
distance.
There's a lot of that.
Microchip them
head.
through their vaccines.
Yeah, that would be really smart. Give everyone free tattoos, and then the vaccine is in the ink.
But
Yeah.
moral of the story: change in sports is a good thing. What I said does not need to be blurred.
I don't know. I've
Well,
seen
it
change
might
be bad.
It just shouldn't be taken out of context.
Yeah,
Whatever people watching this are doing, don't take that clip and take it out of context.
Hunter,
I
I
hope
looked
they
at
roll
our
with it.
You better tell it.
demographic.
You better tell
I
it
don't
to the
think-
Bro Football Focused no context Instagram page.
Yeah.
The subreddit. What,
Yeah.
Austin?
I said I've looked at our demographics before, and it's 98% white people, 1 Asian person.
We've had 2 black guests.
Well, yeah, no, I'm talking about the viewership.
No, I know, but I'm saying
I think it's just Bull like 5 or 6 times watching the videos.
we were very heavy supporters of the Black Lives Matter movement when the riots were going on. We had a black person on. We talked about race relations. Like,
Yeah,
Hunter's
I don't know.
we definitely were.
There's a whole lot of focus on football right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't we get past the
Our best episodes aren't about football.
They're about Pirates of the Caribbean.
So you guys want to move past the playoff picture? Do you guys have anything more for the playoff pictures?
Nah.
I will say I think Washington would be much higher if Ryan Fitzpatrick didn't get hurt.
Yeah, probably. Well, Taylor's
know.
playing pretty good.
Yeah, Heineke's kind of electric.
No,
But
I will
Hunter.
say the Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals have tougher schedules than the Bills to get that wild card spot, though.
I'll
And
tell
they
you
play
what,
each other.
Bills will be.
if
Yeah,
I
and they play each
had to
other.
pick a completely random team, and by random I mean like not the first 3 seeded teams, I feel like the Bengals have the sauce, dude.
I don't know, Jake. I've seen them look like shit a couple times, but they have been playing pretty good all season. But recently I've seen them blow. Who just blew them out? The Chargers? No, the Chargers fucked them up and then they started to come back. But the Chargers had a huge lead.
They just lost in overtime to whoever the last game was.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I'll
They
go
play
over
the
this.
Chiefs too.
Chiefs are looking good now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go over this Jag stuff relatively quickly. I don't know when or what we talked about last with them, but over the past 3 to 4 days, there has been a real shitstorm brewing in Jacksonville.
I think that's been this whole season, honestly.
3-4 years, honestly.
Just different
I mean-
flavors of poo.
Not like this, Jake. But so basically, it all started to come to a head when James Robinson got benched. And Urban Meyer was like, well, I don't know about that. You'd have to talk about that to the running backs coach. And then the running backs coach wasn't given media availability. So James Robinson went on like a team media show and was like, yeah, I kind of feel like I got benched. And then this huge report comes out that says that Urban Meyer went up to all his assistant coaches and said, y'all are fucking losers. Prove to me why you are winners. And that's
Then they all sucked him off.
Yeah, well, no, it's kind of it's like,
How bad do you want this?
I think Daryl Bevel has like more than one Super Bowl under his belt. And the funniest thing about it is Urban Meyer literally like hand selected each one of these coaches. Like it was he chose all of them. So now to be like, oh, what the fuck, you damn loser.
Bunch of losers.
It's not my fault. Urban
But-
Meyer, basically, this whole season has just been the guy in the hot dog suit. Like, what's the fucking problem here? What's going on?
Yeah.
Who stole all these hot dogs?
This is such a ridiculous season.
Yeah. So
You-
then, keeping going off of that, in that same report, it was said that Marvin Jones, savvy team vet, another dude who just everybody likes and he doesn't like cause problems or anything. Word was that he like left the facility for hours one day because he got like a screaming match with Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer was like, no, we didn't get in a screaming match. We just talked. And then Marvin Jones in media availability was just like, yeah, I didn't like something. We talked and that was it. I don't want to talk about it anymore. So we thought it was done. And then today I'm driving back to work and I have this, they have like I don't know if it's 24 hours, but it's basically just like all Jaguars talk all the time on the radio.
All
And,
Jags all day.
I wish I said that. But they're just like, all right, and we got breaking news, a report coming in from the Tampa Bay Times or whatever.com. And they're like, so this report has come out where former Jaguars kicker Josh Lambo says that Urban Meyer kicked him during warm-ups. And I'm just going to read this whole quote because it's pretty funny.
Yeah, I love this. I'll be right back, but I love this whole excerpt.
Yeah. So what Josh Lambo is claiming and what he says in this article is, I'm in a lunge position, left leg forward, right leg back, Lambo said. Urban Meyer, while I'm in the stretch position, comes up to me and says, hey, dipshit, make your fucking kicks, and kicks me in the leg. So what I want to say up until this point is Josh Lambo last year was, I believe, the most accurate kicker in the NFL. And to this day, he is the fourth most accurate kicker in NFL history.
What? Is
Yeah.
that true?
I believe
wow.
so.
I
So-
did not know that.
But,
That makes it so much funnier.
well, no, because I think Urban Meyer is in the right here. In this specific
Wow.
in this specific scenario, not the James Robinson stuff. So I'm 100% clear on this.
Dipshit.
Listen.
Kicks.
Hey,
Listen.
You
cocksucker!
think he's in the right?
You have this dude who's supposed to be like, it's muscle memory just happening. And all
Yeah.
preseason, he's been missing kicks. Like he's missed up to like 4 kicks up to this point. And when they finally got
Like
to the
extra
regular
points or
season,
like long kicks?
extra points and field goals, he was
Oh,
missing them.
you can't
So-
be doing it.
But insider Jacksonville knowledge, and I talked about this on the show too, difference between Josh Lambo last season and the beginning of this season is in the off season, Josh Lambo was caught with a mistress by his wife, his new wife,
Oh,
and they got a divorce, which like tumbled Josh Lambo into like a serious state of depression, and he couldn't kick
Ah.
anymore. So either way, like
so
Josh
Urban
Lambo-
was kicking a man when he's down? Is what
Yeah,
you're telling
Literally.
me?
But like I
Jesus.
said, this dude is supposed to be muscle memory, and Urban Meyer's like this fucking, no nonsense, like let's go win the game. He's expecting
Yeah.
this dude to make kicks, most accurate kicker in the NFL, and he's just broken because he cheated on his wife and got caught.
Now, do you think it's the fact that he is emotionally broken, or was his kicking ability God-given talent? And since he had defiled the word of God and had an affair, God took that talent away.
It's probably a little bit
Wow.
of both, but like I think it's mainly because he had a mistress, and that's like that kicker who has that unfortunate last name blew it. You can't have like a miss or like or like if the dude's last name was Shank, like you don't want that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
So-
don't want to
Wide
date a girl
left.
named Wide Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So the rest of this story, Lambo spoke for the first time publicly about what was said to have happened to him in an interview with the Tampa Bay Times. And funny enough, in like May, there's this weird tweet from Josh Lambo that says like, or maybe it was in August, and it's like, hey, NFLPA, I've been waiting on a callback for like 3 weeks. How come nobody's calling me? I got something to talk about. And nobody knew what it was about, but it seems like it was about this. So back to Josh.
timeline.
Yeah, back to Josh Lambo. It certainly wasn't as hard as it could have, or he could have done it. but it certainly wasn't a love tap, Lambeau said. Truthfully, I'd register it as a 5 out of 10, which in the workplace, I don't care if it's football or not, the boss can't strike an employee. And for a second, I couldn't believe it actually happened. Pardon my vulgarity. I said, don't you ever fucking kick me again. And Urban Meyer responded with, I'm the head ball coach. I'll kick you whenever the fuck I want. Which,
Wow.
again, very pro that. That's dominance. That's like,
Maybe for
Yeah.
college, but these are grown ass dudes.
no. And that's another reason why I'm on Urban Meyer's side here. Because Josh Lambeau, and kicker, whatever have you, he's a fucking NFL athlete. This old 60-year-old man comes over to him. He's like, kicks him. And he's like, 60-year-old man kicked me. Like, Josh Lambeau's being a snowflake.
Now, see, and honestly, I think flip-flop. I think Urban Meyer's a snowflake because he's like, you know what? I'm going to show my dominance over my players, and I'm going to fucking kick one of them. The kicker. The kicker. I'm just going to kick him.
I'm not going to kick one of the horses.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
might
like,
beat my ass. But I'll
yeah,
kick Josh
exactly.
Lambeau.
Yeah, so
After
I'll
he
kick
just got divorced.
this baby child who's like $150 probably. Let's see what his
Oh,
stats are.
I don't know.
For
But now,
background on Josh Lambeau, he went 5 of 7 from extra point, and he went 0 of 3 to start the season on field goals.
yeah, they cut
Ooh.
him
Okay.
because he was broken.
Hunter,
He
you
is-
may have
he
changed my
is-
side on this, honestly.
He is a
I
bit
think
bigger.
Urban was right.
He is a bit bigger than I expected. He's 6 foot 216.
That's an impressive kicker.
Yeah. So last year, big Josh Lambeau fan. After the whole mistress situation and now this, him trying to kick Urban while he's down, there's no wonder people are starting to call him fucking lying Lambeau. All right.
Lion Lambeau.
Yeah.
Hunter, do you think that Urban Meyer's actions this season have been more funny or less funny than the new Kevin James movie coming out where he plays Sean Payton?
Oh, for
Oh,
God's sake.
quick, before we hop onto that really quickly, I did just look up. So we said he was 6 foot 215. I looked up the Jaguars' current biggest player, and it is Andrew Norwell, 6'6", 340. If he had kicked that guy, then I'd be like, you know what?
Yeah.
He's a man.
Never
But
kick
clearly,
him. He coached him at Ohio State.
Big Nor would have fucked him
so
up.
he has kicked him before, maybe when he was a young
But-
freshman.
So basically, NFLPA
Urban, don't hurt me.
is involved now. They're investigating. So I don't like this, but if it comes out and they're like, yeah, you kicked him, Urban is probably out, which I don't like. I am pro giving Urban one more season.
Can you please at least submit your application for his position? Just submit it, for fun.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Who
I'll-
knows?
Stadium's
There
just a hot
There
stick
have to
in the
be
sun.
there have to be guys in Jacksonville that apply every single time it comes up. It's like, I ran an undefeated Pee Wee League. If they see the playbook, they'll hire me. I know it.
The day he gets fired, I just walk over to the stadium with a suit and like my resume, and I just knock on the gate. Okay, guys.
Josh. All you have to do is convince Shad Khan. You don't really have to have that impressive a resume.
Yeah. Well, I
Do you
think
know
that,
how
Like
many
Jerry
mock
Jones
drafts
hired
I have
Jason
done?
Garrett just because he knew him.
yeah, I think that's another big issue with this whole scenario is Shad Khan doesn't know anything about football.
Maybe
I've seen a lot
try
of
to
haters.
get some private investigator to figure out his schedule. And like maybe he goes to a coffee shop or something like every other day. You force yourself into his life and then give him some type of mishap, like bump him without him knowing. And then you pick up his stuff, like, oh, hey, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Hey, like, what do you do for work? Oh, you want expensive time to get? And then he's like, you know what? I like you. Something about I like you. And then you're like, oh my God, I'm looking for a head coaching position. I'm trying to change things up. And he's
Hunter,
like,
all you
know
have
what?
to do is
I
find
like
his
you."
helicopter and chase it down with the dart.
So
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
even have the
two
dart.
things.
Put a bomb on it and then be like, hey, oh my God, there's a bomb on your thing. Like, let me save you. He's like, oh my God, how can I ever repay you? And
I
then
have
he's
a
like, head coach.
much easier way to access. Two things though. One, I would much rather be the GM, and I do think Trent Baalke is a bigger problem than Urban Meyer because he
Ooh.
can't draft.
Okay.
And two, I drive by Shad Khan's yacht every day, so I could just
Put the
like
bombs in
sneak
there.
onto his yacht.
And also number
Get on the
3,
yacht. Why not?
He watches the podcast, so he's heard your whole talking about yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, he's
When we were
actually-
talking about the
we're-
demographic, he was in that.
We're doing like a Manning cast style thing next week where we have multiple guests on, and Shot is actually coming on after Ed Hockley.
He's
Yeah.
coming on for the
Big
game.
line.
What's your favorite dinner to eat before a football game?
Yeah.
He's coming on
But-
for.
But before we get to the ridiculous Kevin James movie, let's talk about Jake saying in your own words that Chase Claypool is a little diaper baby.
Yeah, I mean, I think this game proved it. And I'm not saying he's bad. Like, he is a good player. But I think he just kind of plays like a little, like, me, fuck you, me.
Yeah.
Because
Completely agree.
right off the fucking bat, finger in the fucking face mask, guy pushes him back. He's, and it's just like, and then the flag was thrown
Yeah.
on him, thankfully. And like, as soon as it was like offense, I'm like, thank you, go fuck yourself. And then he's like,
Yeah.
oh, well, for real, come on, man. I'm like, and that's when I sent Austin that message. I was like, he plays like a little bitch boy. And then
Yeah.
literally, Steelers have to hustle up, make as many plays as they can, end the game to possibly tie the game going to overtime. He gets a first down, not even like 30, 40 yards, not some crazy play, just gets a first down, stands up. And it took one of the linemen to come over and rip the ball out of his hands. And he's like, let's fucking,
Yeah.
we have, the clock is running. And it's just like,
Yeah.
that right there proves you're not about the game. You're about you being a good player.
Well, did you see he blamed the lineman for trying to go get the ball because when he was trying to hand the ball to the lineman, what's the linebacker on Eric
Right,
Kendricks?
Turner.
Eric Kendricks batted the ball down when he was trying to hand it to the lineman. So the ball was rolling and it cost him another like 10 seconds, dude.
But if
It was
Chase
insane.
just gets up initially
And
and
just
hands it to
runs
the ref,
back,
there's no
yeah.
issue.
Did you see
Exactly.
the side by side with the clip with Larry Fitzgerald? Larry Fitzgerald does the same, gets a first down in the same situation, gets up, or no, DeAndre Hopkins gets it. Larry Fitzgerald runs up, grabs the ball from Hopkins, runs to the ref, hands it, gets set, they snap it. It takes 3 seconds. Like
Yeah.
Chase Claypool gets it, and by the time he does this, Larry already had the ball fucking snapped, dude.
Yeah, and like the thing is, the way that game was going, because they still had to get like 8 just to tie it, right?
Yeah.
But
They had
the
to
way,
get the 2 point, yeah.
yeah, the way it was going, like I think they definitely could have gotten in there. So it's pretty hilarious. But yeah, that's just the current issue with the Steelers is they
And
went from like
all after the, I really think if we played more music at practice, we'd do it
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
better. And it's like, then he pulls this shit. It's just like, how is Mike Tomlin literally not murdering you with a fucking permanent
He's
sub?
literally
like,
a Juju TikTok disciple boy. Like
Yeah,
it's not.
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. They went from like hard nosed, all like football guys, and that's what Pittsburgh was about. Now they're just TikTok guys.
I really
mean,
think that's the difference between the Steelers and like the Patriots, because the Patriots have a lot lesser known players, but they don't do stupid shit. Everything they do is smart as fuck. Like every
Yeah.
play they make, it's ideally what you want to do in that situation. They clock the ball well, they manage time well. Belichick makes decisions well, what to do. But like shit like this is just like Claypool is more athletic than any receiver in the NFL, damn near. Maybe he is the most athletic, but he just does stupid shit like this all the time. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Well,
I mean, I
Liz
think the Hunters,
haven't heard of her.
to Hunter's point, like the Steel, and even still, when they were 10-0, what, last season or the season before, all the way up to, I still was like, these Steelers are not, the record is not showing the actual
Yeah.
team they are. They're worse than their
I think
record. But
we were
when they
saying
were,
it all the entire win streak. We said it for like 5 weeks. They were so overrated. We're like Big Ben's
Yeah.
throwing 5-yard passes up and down the field.
well, I mean, because the old Steelers, like, they looked like dudes that literally would get done with work at the steel mill and then go to practice and put the
Yeah.
fucking helmet on. Like, they were
They had black
working
lung and they
men.
fucking smoked on their
Yeah.
break.
And I
Jake,
think
my
maybe,
dislike. Go ahead.
yeah, go ahead. You.
My dislike for Claypool started last year. I think the first round of the playoffs, they played the Browns, and the Browns beat the living shit out of them, like bad. They move on, Steelers get knocked out, and then the next week, Claypool is like, streaming like Fortnite, and he's like, "Yeah, the Browns suck. They're trash," and it's like they're the same old
Yeah.
Browns. And it's like they just knocked you out of the playoffs, and you're like talking shit on them, and it wasn't even like in a funny way. It was in like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you're a pussy" type way.
I mean, he's literally like a high school kid playing football.
Yeah.
Like just
He is.
celebrations at the wrong time. I mean, his demeanor, not his skill level. Like I said, he is
Yeah.
a good receiver. And for a team that
No.
needs a receiver, he would be a good addition.
That's
But
not what I was getting at. I was saying he's Canadian.
It might be just that he's a syrup drinker, dude. Maple syrup.
yeah, I mean,
Okay.
he likes things a little too
Syrup
sweet.
guzzlers.
See, what it was is that Juju came on when the Steelers were fucking really good, actually quality good, serious threat. Then they lose Antonio Brown. They lose that like momentum, the team kind of splits up. They lose that hard-nosed factor.
Yeah.
Juju's the only one really left, besides that is a younger player from that era. So he's
Yeah.
like, I was part of that team. I'm still fucking nice. And he was good during that time when they were really fucking great. But it was
Yeah.
like clearly not just him. He wasn't the first, second, or probably third player that was seriously making the Steelers that fucking good. But after all
Yeah.
those dudes left and the whole thing split up, he had acted like, no, I was the one that made it nice, and the team's still going to be nice. Chase Claypool comes on, does good for a rookie, definitely. And he's like, hell yeah, we're going back. Juju, you and me, we're friends. And then like, it's just the wrong mentality.
Deontay
They're
Johnson is better than
Fortnite
both of them.
bros.
I think they need to work a day at the steel mill,
Yeah.
Yeah, but
This is kind of off topic, but did you guys watch the Cardinals game and see James Conner?
yeah, he's good.
He was doing good.
His receiving skills, like I had no idea that he was
Yeah.
such a good receiver.
Well, I think like the moment everybody stopped reminding people that he survived cancer, he really started doing good.
Dude, and he looks jacked as hell.
Yeah.
For those of the listeners who don't know, James Conner's from our hometown of Erie, Pennsylvania. Well, everyone's hometown but Huff's.
Yeah. And also, for you guys who don't know, I interviewed with his dad, who is the manager of Blaze Pizza in Erie.
Nice.
I was in the same football magazine as him in high school, except for he was on the cover. And I was
For
on
those of
like
you-
the 70th page.
See, and my name was probably printed somewhere in that magazine, and I definitely bought it at the
Jake's
local
height and
country
weight.
fair. Yeah.
Oh,
And
I
for those
had
of you who
like
don't
5
know,
of those
country
things.
fair is a gas station.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, James Conner's second in the NFL in rushing touchdowns with 14, just behind Jonathan Taylor. But the
I did
Steelers,
not
it
know
doesn't
that.
make. Oh yeah, no, he has really good stats. But what's kind of upsetting is that you hear like Mike Tomlin talk about like how the culture has shifted in the Steelers, and I know it's up to everyone, but it's frustrating because I feel like the head coach should be setting the culture. And he's complaining and talking about like previous administrations and previous players, and Ryan Clark's on
Yeah.
TV shows talking about how good they were. And it's like, you guys are complaining about the current administration, but like you're not helping at all. And you're the head coach. Like I feel like you should be helping the most.
Which I like Tomlin, but I wonder if he didn't just inherit a roster and inherit a culture from Bill Cowher and then rode that thing out to be like such a ridiculous coach, win-loss record. And like now it's to the point where everyone's retired, everyone's gone except for Big Ben, and it's all Tomlin's guys, and they're all kind of divas. They're all kind of like not exactly the culture fit, except for like TJ Watt.
Yeah.
But like outside of Cam Hayward and fucking Big Ben, those are the only like gritty guys on the roster from
Joe
back in the
Hayden's
day.
gritty.
Well, it seems who's
Joe
that?
Hayden's hurt.
Who's that new tight end they just got?
Pat Fryermuth.
Pat Fryermuth.
Yeah, I mean, he seems good. Seems level-headed. Doesn't
He's
seem like a
about
little
that
bitch
life.
boy. Yeah. So I mean, like you do need those people. But that's
Yeah.
an interesting thought. that
But
you
like
bring up there.
Juju was a miss. Chase Claypool.
I don't think he
seems
was a miss,
like
though.
miss, but
He's-
he's
he
he's a
was
he's a
good. He's
superstar
annoying.
talent.
Yeah, I don't think either
Steve-
of them are misses. They're good. They just
They're good, but I'm
Steve-
saying like for the culture of how they want to
You
build the
can
team.
you can coach out being a
Yeah, no,
retard.
I can agree.
And I think wide receiver is the most overrated position. Like I don't think I think at the end of the day, it all comes down to like the trenches. So if you're basing your whole team off of these two diva wide receivers and throwing the ball, like look at the fucking Patriots. Like who's their wide receivers? Kendrick Bourne and who else? Like
Nelson
they were just
Aguilar,
running
maybe?
the ball.
Nelson Aguilar, yeah,
Yeah.
can name them
Yeah.
all, dude.
So
Either
I
way,
don't
yeah,
know.
Steelers are a bunch of divas and TikTok people, so that stinks. Josh Allen spotted in a walking boot after the game. He doesn't think it's a big deal though.
I saw Bill's Twitter, local Bill's Twitter. This girl who works at a pizza shop, she's like, Josh Allen just came in, bought 2 large pizzas, 40 wings, and a 2-liter. She's like, he wasn't in a walking boot. And everyone was retweeting it. And then someone else later on was like, Josh Allen's seeing Hamilton right out now. And it's like they're at the play, and Josh Allen and his girlfriend are there. It's like, look, he's got shoes on. He's no boot. Like the whole town's like, he's good. He's good. I think he will be healthy. I don't think he
Someone's
should
like
be
looking through his
concussion.
window. He's like, Josh Allen is taking a shit. He does not have
Yeah.
crutches or a leg brace.
Look at the ankle flex while he's shitting.
My disdain for Josh Allen just amplified by 1,000.
Why?
Why?
Because he saw
'Cause-
Hamilton.
Yes.
For our fans that don't know, Hamilton was proclaimed Hunter's idea and then stolen
What do you mean proclaimed?
by you.
It's if Malik will verify all of the reports.
What are you talking about right now?
You know
Listen,
Hamilton was
unless
my
the
idea.
chive says it, I don't believe it.
Austin, I've told you that best-selling Broadway musical of all time, Hamilton, was originally my idea.
No, you haven't.
I don't know
What are you
how.
talking
I
about?
feel like I've talked about it here before.
You
Hey,
think
totally
you're like
have.
the Skippa de Flippa of plays,
No,
where you
Of
invented the
Broadway
dab and no one
musicals?
believes you?
no, it's worse than that. Long story short, Malik and I were in like 020 math class, and we weren't doing any of our work. And I was like, yo, Malik, let's just write raps. And he's like, no, you can't write raps. And I'm like, check it, dude. What if we had a rap group that was based on like all old like government dudes, and we called it the Founding Fathers? And you had like Alexander Hamilton, Benjamin
No, I do
Franklin,
remember this.
and DJ Thomas Jefferson.
Jefferson.
And he's like, no, that's stupid. And I'm like, no, dude, you could do like, raps about history and like teach people history with rap. Fucking 4 years later or whatever, Hamilton's the best-selling Broadway musical of all time.
Hunter.
So,
I remember you telling me in high school that you and Malik were talking about that. You were saying that. I think in one of my yearbooks you said something about it or something. I was reading it not too long ago.
yeah, so just more proof. And listen, we all know this isn't the first idea of mine that has been stolen by the universe. So
Hunter, you need to get like a fucking intellectual property attorney on retainer.
yeah, but see, that's my issue. It's a double-edged sword being connected to the universe, because it gives, but it also takes.
It does.
So yeah. So that is what it is. But Kevin James is playing Drew Brees in a new net, and that just makes no sense to me at all. So
He's unrecognizable.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up with that? Whatever.
that tweet was a joke.
No, did you see it was a media company that tweeted out
It was
Kevin
like
James
him a
looks.
Barstool.
Was it?
Mm,
Let me
Yes,
look at
and they're the biggest fuck faces ever. So
What?
yeah, dude, Jeff DeLoe sucks. He's the worst. So he's like, Kevin James unrecognizable. It's just trying to be snarky and funny because you see that dude and you're like, oh, that's Kevin James in a Saints hat.
No,
I don't
it
think
was.
I know who you're talking about.
Oh wait, no.
Either way, doesn't make sense to me on a few levels.
Did you see my
One-
note?
Uh,
And Rob Schneider is rumored to play Drew Brees.
guaranteed.
Oh my
Rob
God.
Schneider's probably in the movie. I think this is an
He
Adam
is.
Sandler. Yeah, this is an Adam Sandler produced movie. His wife plays Sean Tatum's
Jesus,
wife, I think.
this movie is going to be horrible.
It's all
Rob
part
Schneider
of
is the best part of the trailer.
It's all
Rob
Did he
Schneider's
say,
in
"You
it?
can do it."
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yes, he
all
is.
part
Oh.
of Netflix and Adam Sandler's like fucking conglomerate deal. But either way,
I
doesn't
don't know
make
about
sense
you
to me.
guys, but are Netflix produced movies for the most part, do you find them to be trash?
Yeah, I don't think there's ever been a good Netflix
They're
original movie that wasn't
They're
a
not well
documentary.
produced. Like they're not well done. Like they have very high budget, but they're like the
No.
ideas and the way they wrap the plot around is
Yeah,
usually
yeah.
pretty
See,
stupid.
Yeah.
What I think it might be is I don't think Netflix knows how to I guess not make certain other ones writing it and
Yeah.
shit, but I don't think they know how to make a good short story, because now movies are short stories. You need to propose the plot, have the climax, and end it in the movie.
Yeah.
Whereas
Like
all
you
the
take a whole book and you condense it to 2
well,
hours.
no. How many Netflix original series have been fucking awesome because they have 10 hours to do it? They have 10 hours to make the arcs in the story. So it's like
Yeah.
a movie
But-
is a fifth of that.
But
It's
I don't
like,
think like Netflix isn't writing these movies. Like
yes, but they're approving them. I don't think they have the mind for that.
no, definitely not, because they see like, oh, we got fucking Ryan Reynolds and The Rock and Gal Gadot, and they're stealing art.
Wait,
Like,
are you talking shit on Red Notice, dog?
this is gonna be sick. And then it's
Is it? Have you watched it?
I haven't,
Yeah.
but is it
I
ass?
know.
It probably sucks.
Every
Like
time I
that,
turn it on, they're like, "Check this out, we got The
Yeah.
Rock."
that Velvet Buzzsaw movie, trash. A lot of
Yeah.
stars. It was trash. But
Yeah.
no, Netflix, I don't think they've ever made a good movie.
Oh,
That wasn't a documentary.
movies.
You didn't like
No.
Hush, dude?
Velvet Buzzsaw.
What's Hush?
Velvet Buzzsaw is in my top 5 worst movies of all time. And not only that,
All I heard was not only that.
Yeah.
Which is funny because
think
we
we-
didn't get the
lagging
first thing, let alone the second thing.
I am lagging really hard. You brought up Velvet Buzzsaw, and I said that's in my top 5 worst movies I've ever seen because it's just
Yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal looking at photos going, in glasses.
Dude, we watched this movie. It was Jake Gyllenhaal as a 911 operator. And it was so fucking bad because the entire
is
movie
that?
is literally him on the
It's
phone
like,
and he's hanging up and he's just calling the two people, the perpetrator and like the little girl daughter. And it's just Jake Gyllenhaal. Like,
Huffy,
being
what
like-
was your
all
not
right,
only
I
that,
just need
though?
you to say, no, that's okay. When I say the color, with
Yeah.
blue, green,
Come on.
magenta, fuchsia.
Yeah.
So Velvet Buzzsaw's
I was gonna say Netflix doesn't care about making like good content. They just want to get
Yeah.
stars and pay them a bunch of money. Like I believe Red Notice is like the most viewed thing ever on Netflix. And it's just because like,
They're
hey, we're
sick
gonna get a
of-
bunch of
it's-
stars and you're gonna watch them.
Most viewed movie on the first opening week.
Yeah.
So it's
So-
only movies, which is to our point. You know, when you have The Rock and Gal Gadot and Ryan Reynolds, that's a fucking
long story
perfect
short,
storm.
they can't make movies yet. They can make TV shows and documentaries. The new Adam
Agreed.
McKay movie coming out with Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence, that'll be good. I think it comes out in December. It's called Don't Look Up. That'll
Yeah.
be good, but that's one that like this dude who already makes good movies, he just wrote and he was like, hey, Netflix, do you want to make this? And they were like, yeah. So that's that. But okay. This Kevin James thing doesn't make
Yeah.
sense to me on a few levels. Level one, how are we making a movie about the Sean Payton story of him not coaching after the bounty scandal when Sean Payton is like still coaching in the NFL and like is a
Yeah.
person? I don't know. It makes me think like when I'm watching a football game and Devontae Adams gets a touchdown and then like Devontae Adams is in the commercial, weirds me out. I don't know. Something strange about it.
Yep.
Number two, you could have picked like me, and I think I could have been a better Sean Payton than Kevin James because like nobody's going to look at Kevin James and think, oh, this is a serious dramatic movie. They're like, oh, this is going to be funny King of Queens stuff. Like
Yeah.
it's a bad move. Like the whole thing has to be a joke.
It is funny when you had like you were saying, Barstool made that comment joke about being unrecognizable, but like you see like Christian Bale in like Vice and Jared Leto in House of Gucci, legitimately unrecognizable. The technology is out there. Netflix
Yeah.
has the money. if you want him to look like him, make him look like him.
You
They
could just
literally
do a
do
cheap
Mission
ass deep
Impossible
fake.
shit.
Yeah.
It's
Wasn't
ridiculous.
I didn't see it because it was like 4 hours, but wasn't The Irishman Netflix? Didn't people like that?
That's
People
like
liked
way
it, but
too
I
long
think
of
they
a
said it was too
movie.
long. Yeah,
Yeah.
I tried to watch
But
it, dude, and I could not get through it.
that was
It's
all
not
like the
that good.
digital face on the old face kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
yeah,
like
yeah.
the Kurt Warner movie that's coming out, I don't think that's going to be good, but like that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
Kurt Warner's in the
Actually-
Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
He's an analyst and like he's removed.
I think that might be a decent movie. You don't think that'll be good?
No,
I think it'll be fun. You know,
no. I'll tell you
You don't
what.
want to see the part where he's in the grocery store and he throws the orange to the other guy and he catches it, and the next thing you know, he's in the Super Bowl and he's throwing tutters.
No. So I have 2 bold predictions for those 2 movies. I think the Kurt Warner movie will be better than the Sean Payton movie.
Yeah,
But I
100%.
think I would enjoy the Kevin James Sean
Oh.
Payton movie more.
probably.
Have you
That's
watched the
amazing.
trailers for him?
Yes. And if it's anything like Hubie Halloween, I'm gonna like it.
Now,
Have you-
speaking of football
Have you guys seen Hubie
shows,
Halloween?
I have not yet. No, I
Adam
was waiting for
Sandler
next
has
Halloween to do it.
made a career of pretending to be a mentally retarded person, and nobody
Aw.
seems to think that there's an issue
Well,
there.
Also, I'm pretty sure he said that if he didn't win an award for Uncut Gems, then he like would understand like, okay, you guys only want me to make stupid movies, and then the next movie came out with Hubie Halloween.
No,
So
for sure. But I mean, like Waterboy, Billy Madison,
That's
Hubie
true.
Halloween, like he's just like, ooh, yo, do, I do,
Yeah. Oh, don't do the
But, like,
impressions. The impressions are
especially-
offensive.
in Hubie Halloween, like the plot is literally like the town's mentally retarded dude believes in
Ah.
ghosts and nobody believes him.
Listen, I'm gonna take a peek.
I love it.
Real quick.
Yeah, I
'Cause
need to
I
take a
gotta
peek
pee.
too, actually.
Time Yeah, no, I mean I'll watch it, but it's gonna be really bad. It's
Apparently, Sean Payton signed off on the movie.
well, yeah, because he probably got paid a lot of money.
He said he thought it was brilliant.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Do you see what I'm saying though? Where I think it's weird that it's like making
He's
a
still
movie.
active.
Yeah, like even the Tom Brady show on ESPN Plus. I think that's weird too.
Yeah.
That's more documentary style, whereas I think
But still,
this
it's
one isn't
like-
going to be a documentary.
Hunter,
The
they
dude-
made a documentary about Tom Brady like 11 or 12 years ago, and I watched it maybe a month ago, and it's literally a Hall of Fame career already done. They made the documentary 11 years ago. He had a whole nother
Yeah.
career after that Hall of Fame.
Well, speaking of the of documentaries, I am very excited for the John Madden either show or movie. I think that's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
be probably out of
Isn't it-
the Kevin
isn't it-
James, the Kurt Warner, and the John Madden thing. I think the John Madden thing's going to be the best by far.
Well,
A lot of money in
just,
football movies.
that's just a football life, isn't it?
I don't think so.
I
No,
think it is.
it's I think it's a special thing, like a special
I think it's a
thing.
football life.
We should make
called
a
All
follow-up
Madden.
to
How cool is
Concussion.
that?
Yeah. Either way, no, that'll definitely be the best because that's like a seriously produced thing about him. The fucking Kevin James thing, like Huffy was just saying, it's going to be a bunch of fart jokes.
Dude.
Yeah.
They
Well,
were
and
just like,
Austin
how could we make a movie about Sean Payton?
and really
in the fucking
piss him
season.
off.
Yeah.
No, but Austin, you brought up Concussion. I was supposed to be in the movie Concussion, but I was too slow. My 40 time was too slow, and they told me to leave.
You weren't supposed to be in the movie. You
They
tried
said
out-
I
you
should.
did it.
Hey, Jay got
They're like,
closer than
"All
any
right."
of us.
Yeah, they were like, "Hey, listen. So we're gonna do some tests, okay? Had to look like a D1 athlete. So if your name doesn't get called, you have to go home. So first thing we're doing, 40-yard dash." And I was like, "I'm going home." Like I looked at the guy next to me because, like, man, the best display of quarterback skills I ever had done was pre 40-yard dash at that place. Just like on the money every single time. Like the other dudes that were rotating in as quarterback just stopped doing it. So I was the only home, and I'm just like, laser. And I'm like, holy shit, I am doing fantastic. Like way better than any real game I ever played. This is awesome. And like the one dude, like as we're walking over, we're all like ganged up, and they were like, hey, it's gonna be around like this era. And that's what the dude said. He's like, oh, dude, you can play Kurt Warner. And I was like, fuck yeah, dude, let's do it. And they're like, all right, 40-yard dash. And I was like, bye, friend. Nice meeting you. Like, I'm done here, kid. I know you're probably going to be much faster than me, but I was like, all right, see you guys.
Jake, even if you were tossing up like highlight reel plays, I think they would take the dude who's like prototypical size over you because
they
like,
can CGI the throw.
Hey,
I hate to say it, I love you, but you don't look like an NFL player.
Well, no, you gotta understand. I was like a lean 155 back then.
So, all right.
I wasn't this chunky 165.
Before we get into the pick'ems, it's time for everybody's favorite and our newest segment on the show.
Yeah.
What did Hunter order? So, Huffy, this is a segment where we capitalize off of the like unboxing trends on YouTube and whatnot. So I get something delivered, whether it be DoorDash or a package, and we open it on the show, and it does great for analytics.
Yeah, and we really moosh off that Amazon money.
Yeah.
Nice.
So here we go, guys.
Use the promo code BFF on Amazon.
Get your ASMR
For up to 35% off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a crisp pull. Okay, you guys have any guesses of what it is?
It's probably some BCAAs, some powder to get jacked.
A vibrating cock ring.
A couple of vinyls.
Huffy.
Very small vinyls.
Okay.
It's totally pre-workout.
I think Jake was the closest, but
It's Blue Chew.
it's
Oh.
a
Soap
bamboo soap dispenser that I'm gonna use for shampoo in my shower.
That's
Nice.
boring, dude.
Now, why not use it for shampoo?
That's funny. That's a good one.
That's a joke out here in the Kevin James movie.
Yeah, Jake, you could write for that movie.
All right. But no, that's the point of what did Hunter order. Sometimes it's gonna be fun, sometimes it's gonna be that soap dispenser, it's a mixed bag.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you started high and now you went down low, and then next week you can hit them again.
Well, what was the first thing I opened?
I can't even remember.
I think it was DoorDash.
Yeah, it was DoorDash, but I definitely did.
Burgers.
I definitely did a package.
Yeah. You had like
it
3 or
was the
4
box
burgers.
set. No, it was the box set of the old movies.
Oh yeah.
Alfred Hitchcock movies.
Yeah.
Alfred Hitchcock.
Yep, you're right. All right. Well,
Speaking of Alfred Hitchcock, let's go to the Thursday night pick'ems.
yeah, he loves Thursday night football.
So Thursday night pick'ems is the 9-4 Chiefs at 8-5 Chargers. I'm gonna jump right off the bat, and I think the Chargers are gonna take it. Honestly,
Really?
I think so. I have faith. I think it's gonna be a cool Chargers. High scoring teams. Let's say 34-32.
Wow.
Close, high scoring game.
Yeah, it's
Who
a
goes
great,
next?
great fucking prediction, Jake.
Who's next?
Whoever.
Huffy, go. We'll write it in for you.
You want Huff?
Yeah, I want Huff.
Huff, what's
I'll go.
going on?
Yeah.
dude?
Oh, Chiefs 38, Chargers 17. They're going to get blown out. Patrick Mahomes is
Whoa,
rolling.
whoa,
It's not
whoa.
going to be an issue. Yeah, he's still ramped up after the Raiders danced on his logo, and he's looking to come out and reinsert himself into the MVP conversation.
We haven't
In
had that
LA?
much disparity in a Thursday night pick'em in quite some time.
Wow.
Is
In
it my
LA,
turn?
you think that Kansas City, Missouri boy is gonna walk into hoity-toity LA with the bourgeoisie and the 1%. I just don't think so.
Bourgeoisie.
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs as well. I think that they're gonna chief down the Chargers, and I also think that it will be a high-scoring game. Let's go 38 to 30. Wait, 35.
235. Oh my god.
But
Speaking of a
I think-
high-scoring game,
I think Chris Jones might have COVID, so I hope he survives. But I do know L'Jarius Sneed, his half brother, just died last week. And
that
then
sucks.
they went crazy on defense. The defense looks good. Melvin Ingram looks good. The pass rush is there. The covers the corners are covering. Yeah, they look good. But I also think Justin Herbert's gonna keep it interesting.
All right.
I like that dude. Good, wholesome, good player.
He's a fucking
No.
beast.
Not a drama
Well,
queen.
A football through the side of a battleship.
6'6", doesn't talk.
He probably
throws
doesn't have a
lasers.
TikTok account.
He can
Let
throw
alone-
a strawberry through a battleship.
Yeah.
More
say.
impressive if he can throw a battleship through a strawberry.
Yeah. Lift that fucking thing up one arm.
Yeah, I don't think either are possible. Jake, I think you're gonna win the fucking Reese's Comedy MVP award for the show. You're really hitting them today. But
That's what I'm about.
I think there's a few teams that just kind of have the Chiefs number. I think the Raiders do, and I think the Chargers are another one. So I'm gonna go Chargers, and they're gonna win 41 to 38.
That's extremely high scoring.
Well,
They
it's
do
only
get
3 more
Keenan Allen
points.
back.
Yeah.
Keenan Allen is a key member of the fantasy Taliban, so I know he's pretty talented.
Yeah, and if you're telling me Chris Jones isn't in there and L'Jarius Sneed is suffering from emotional trauma, Austin Eckler's just going to run all over.
Yeah.
So, okay. How did we forget about Packers merch? How did it get all the way down here?
Where is it? Let me
Oh yeah,
see.
this Packers merch of the week. Wow, let me
Ooh.
tell you.
So,
Packers.
you can't see
bedazzled.
it, right? Because you're on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. Okay.
Well, I
So
don't
these
know.
are
Yeah.
these are green Uggs with the logo on the front in jewels and a yellow ribbon on the back
Yeah. They're pretty
for
This would
only
be-
$79.99. It's their
Yeah.
most popular in ladies footwear at the NFL.
That's a hot deal.
And
Yeah.
I'm sure you could do like 3 or 4 easy payments with Afterpay or Klarna.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Uh,
90-day returns.
This would be a great gift for Christmas for like a Green Bay, like Wisconsin area, girlfriend or something.
Yep.
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 And it says you can get it
Bedazzled
by
Uggs.
Christmas when you order today and choose a 12/23 or faster shipping method.
Yeah.
Or a good gift for an effeminate man.
Yeah. I heard that
True.
Aaron Rodgers was actually seen wearing these because he's got the broken toe. And they're
Well,
just
I don't-
comfortable.
I don't think the level of femininity is what matters. I think it's the shoe size because clearly they only have 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 in women's. So
Yeah.
you could be the straightest man on the planet, but if you can wear women's 10, then you got them.
Hunter, what
Jake,
size are you, dude? Can
I
you get
think
in
I
there?
can easily fit into a women's tent.
Yeah.
Wow. And
Hunter would have
speaking of the
room to
most manly
spare.
man on the earth, Hunter is it?
I've got tiny feet.
Ugh.
What size are your Uggs, Hunter?
You just Aaron Rodgers us?
No, these are slippers from IKEA.
Oh,
Oh.
Huh, did
Well,
you have to
what
put
about
those
your
together?
actual Uggs?
I did. Yeah, I sewed them myself. No, my actual Uggs, the boots, I want to say those are 10s in men's.
Yeah.
But they're not
Men's,
snug.
men's.
It's not a snug fit. I ordered
Yeah.
10 and a halves to make my feet seem bigger.
That's
Wow.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
10 and a half is my small size. I usually do 11s. So.
Uffy, what's with the weird
you
why are
said
you
it so
giving me-
cocky. My 10 and a half is my small size.
All right. So whoopsie, I think we'll just give that to the Jaguars organization. Fun game time?
Now, before the fun game, because pretty much that wraps up the show, I don't know if it's just me, but I think I've been noticing I want some number stats nerd out there to run the numbers of this season. I feel like there have been a lot of missed field goals and extra points this season. Like a
Probably
lot,
not.
a
Definitely.
lot.
Probably not as
I
many
think-
as last year.
I think
I
last
feel-
year was the record breaker, and I feel like it's kind of similar.
I
I'm
feel
not
like
sure.
it's more than last year.
Maybe.
I
It
feel
seems like
that.
a lot.
I'm gonna-
Well, one thing I think that we should talk about as well is remember that defensive player that shot up like 6 people last year? Philip Adams, I think his name is.
oh, dead.
Hey, we talked to him, or we talked about him when it happened. I think the guy in South Carolina, he killed like 6 people. A lot of them were his family. One person was a doctor or something.
Yep.
But they dissected his brain, and they said it was like the worst CTE they've seen since like Aaron Hernandez.
Holy
And
shit.
he was like, I think they said he was like 30, 35. Let me look it up
Wow.
real quick.
I wonder
Which
how
is
they can
crazy.
tell.
The
It's like-
CTE,
Is it like
like
inflammation?
it's like some kind of like protein buildup in your brain, and when you cut it into segments and you like run it under some kind of scope or something, you can see it.
Mm.
Like it's just protein buildup plaque or something.
Yeah, Jim
Like-
McMahon gets
No.
his sucked out.
Yeah,
That's what I was
he
gonna
was
say, like,
32
can
years
you-
old, and he had it like level 3 or whatever CTE, and he went crazy and killed all those people.
I feel like
So
the CTE
weird.
didn't make
Also,
it.
there was another guy in Texas. I forget. He's a former NFL hoss, and let me look this up. He was like seen arguing with his girlfriend somewhere at like a bar or something, and then she ended up missing, dead. Philip Adams, and she was shot to death, and they were like going through, or no, that's not the right guy. Philip Adams, some guy recently in Texas, and he's like letting them go through his house and stuff to the police to investigate him, but they haven't found any evidence. But his girlfriend ended up dead. So that's a weird one too.
It is interesting that like a buildup of something physiologically can like change your mental, you know?
Yeah.
I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
your mental is just like the product of chemicals in your brain, though.
An electrical firing of the synapses.
Listen, I'm not fucking doctor.
Yeah, we'll say that for our
Yeah.
brain dissecting
I don't
podcast.
know.
That player I was talking about was Kevin Ware is his name. His girlfriend
Okay.
got murdered, and they think it's him.
Gotcha. All right, cool. Well,
Well,
game-
speaking of murder, fun game of the week is top 3 custom cleats.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Jake.
Echo wants me to play.
Jake, you know what my number 3 is?
No.
Subs.
Subs.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm telling
Yeah,
you, it's gonna grow on you. Keep watching.
I mean, I'll probably watch it, but like it's so far it's been fine.
I don't get
Wait
it.
until you get to the development of.
I will
Skip.
say I do like Strongimals because of how much of a Thundercat fan I am.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Have the Strongimals started working at the sub shop yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, cool. You'll see. But all right, did you say what the game was?
Yeah, it is top 3 custom cleats. This could be the My Cleats, My Cause. It could be custom cleat, but it has to have been worn by an NFL player. It can't just be some guy who made it on his own time and just has him on a shelf.
All right.
Okay,
Who's going first?
I'm going first. And my number 3, none of mine are.
Wait, are we not letting Huffy go first? He's the guy.
Oh, yeah. We haven't had a guest in so long, I forgot. Huffy, go ahead.
Oh, it's fine. Number 3, gotta go. I told you guys very early in the show, Odell Beckham's Grinch cleats. I've never seen actual football cleats have like an additive to them. They're always just hard plastic with cool designs. His actual Grinch cleats have like carpet fur on them. Yes. And not
Yeah.
only that, that's like his custom shoes, which look super cool. Big fan of those.
I have a picture saved of it because they were on my list.
Oh,
Very cool.
Badass.
I saw them when I was looking, so I remember. Right in French Stewart's noggin.
Yeah.
All right, Hunter, lay on your number 3.
All right, H. Doug, who's your number?
Jake is just killing me tonight. All right. So my number 3 is Keelan Cole. You guys might remember him from his heyday with the Jaguars. I believe this was in 2018. And just so you guys know, only one of my cleats have a cause, because I think that cause stuff is gay and lame and shit.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah, whatever causes. Come on, this is football. So Keelan Cole, and I'll pop a picture in here so you guys can see, but they're really cool. Ed, and Eddie cleats, and on the other side they have Scrooge McDuck and the 3 the Duck kids, whatever they're.
That's an interesting dichotomy of cleats.
Yes, it is. Well, I'm popping it in right now so you guys can see. Check those out. Besides that,
Nice.
yeah, healthy. They are
Cool.
pretty cool. Yeah. All right.
All right, dude. My number 3. These cleats first made their appearance in 2016, and they were worn by Jerick McKinnon. They're the cleats out for Harambe cleats.
You mother.
And Harambe was a cultural phenomenon gorilla that was gunned down because some lady let her kid fall into a cage.
Thanks for the background.
Yeah.
That was my backup because Huffy's a scumbag with the Grinch.
Wait,
Sorry, bro.
I'm keeping the train rolling. That was also my number 3.
Harambe. Yeah. I just love gorillas too.
They're pretty cool.
They're sick.
The alphas of the animal kingdom.
They're just so strong, but all they eat is plants, you know? It's ridiculous.
And when they take the watermelons, they just go.
Yeah.
Like,
But they're afraid of looking in a mirror.
That was my only one that was for an actual cause.
All right, well, whatever, Hunter. Get over it, dude. You got sniped. You got
I
intercepted.
just got myself a second backup.
Nice.
All right, so Huffy, you're up.
My number 2 had to be Stephon Diggs and his Popeyes cleats. All orange, bottoms white, has the Popeyes logo on the front and side, and then it has a chicken sandwich on the inside, and they are absolutely awesome. Plus,
That's badass.
I have an affinity for fast food, so I really love them.
An actual chicken sandwich? I
Huff
feel like
loves
was,
chicken
uh,
sammies.
who were these cleats from again?
Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs.
So Huffy, do you have 2 digs on the list?
He's my number 1.
Wow. Okay. Well, my number 2, mainly I would say because no, I'm gonna save that for 1. Okay. So Jake, they have to be like spray painted. They can't just be like cool cleats. Like I can't do Von Yeezy cleats.
If they are custom cleats, then they're good. But they have to have
you
been
can do
worn
those.
by a person.
So I could do Von Miller's Yeezy cleats.
If they were custom, yes. If you could buy them at a store, no.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Those were
then-
custom. Those were the easy cleats in the Super Bowl.
Okay. Then my number 2 is Von Miller Yeezy cleats.
Those are good ones. They looked weird, but they were just so like crazy, outlandish.
Yeah. I'm gonna pop the pick in here. It's a good pick too.
All right, number 2 on my list is also Stephon Diggs cleat, but it's the Squid Games cleats because they're just fucking badass, and I love the Squid Games too. And it was just like it was probably like a week or 2 after the Squid Games happened. He came out with the cleats. They look sick.
Haven't seen them.
Oh, dope. Yeah, those are cool. Yep, those are cool.
Did you put them
All
in?
right. Me?
No, Austin.
No, I had to look
I
them up.
I don't want
Looking
to
at the files.
exit out. I don't want to open another tab on this laptop because it's so shitty. It took me like 10 minutes to get on to the Zoom.
Is that the laptop that was damaged during our only ever physical altercation?
Yeah, it's the exact laptop, dude. This thing is so old and so sketchy.
Oh, Huffy just.
All right. My number
Whoa, Jake, real quick. I want to go over Austin and I's physical altercation. Austin was being a jabroni, and I was playing a little goof on him. I had some of Austin's alcohol in my fridge, and he was like, "Hey, give me my alcohol." Little did he know the whole time I had put it on his bed, but I just wanted to show him that he was being a fucking asshole for no reason. So he had it the whole time. He was just being a jerk. So then it got to the point where I was like in Austin's room, and he was like, "Yeah, get out of my room. Yeah, get out of my room." And I'm like, "No." So there was a point where, I shit you not, I was completely horizontal. It was like a cartoon. Both of my fingers were on the side of the door. Yeah, and he had them by my ankles, and he was trying to get me out of it. Just holding on. It was pretty cool. And then his laptop fell off his bed, and it broke.
Nice.
But I eventually picked Hunter up and slammed him on the floor, and that's when Tori Johnson came upstairs and just yelled at us because we were always bouncing like basketballs and shit. We lived on the fourth floor, and we were so loud. And she finally came up and yelled at us because I slammed Hunter on the floor. It was so fucking loud. It was absurd.
I was fine, though.
But I was being a dingleberry.
Yeah, you sure were. All
right, so my number 3. I'm going to go with, and this is a cause, and I don't know how to say this person's name particularly, but I'll try my best. Kini Nwangu? Not how you say it.
Nailed it.
Kini Nwangu? Who's that?
I can't remember what team he plays for, but I did see these actually on TV, and I really liked them. He had wore these cleats for his brother. It's Asan Cleats, which is, I looked it up, I can't remember. Autistic Self-Advocacy Network. And it's a program that helps, does like funding with like mentally disabled people or autistic people, something like that. But the reason why I like these is it's a full spectrum of like blended colors, and it's like such a simple design, and the white on it just really pops. The colors are awesome. The tops are really sweet because they're like covered up, and the laces aren't like showing. So it's just really cool, really well done.
Yeah, and we're all on the spectrum.
Yeah.
I mean,
This
isn't
is a
everybody on every
spectrum
spectrum?
Yeah,
We should see if we could get sponsored by Spectrum Internet.
that'd be cool. That'd be number 1.
That should be their tagline.
Everybody's on the spectrum. Yeah.
That would be
Absolutely.
so crazy. Oh man, they would do numbers on sales.
That's funny. Huffy, what's your number 1?
My number 1 is definitely Stephon Diggs again. I'm Rick James bitch cleats. I've never.
Oh,
If I were in the NFL, I'd wear these cleats every single week. I wouldn't want more custom cleats. They're all white.
I forgot
except for
about
the graphic itself. Oh, they're so cool. And it has Dave Chappelle and Rick
those are
James on them.
so sick.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Stephon Diggs has the best cleat game easily in the NFL.
Yeah. Odell Beckham's up there, though. I did see he has a lot of cleats on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So many good ones.
Speaking of, okay, no, I'm not gonna go with Odell. Honorable mention: Odell has some like dog cleats that look like dogs, which are pretty cool. But those,
See, I
those
thought
are
that was
for-
like a reference to Dumb and Dumber, like the van.
I don't think it's a reference, but if you put fur on something and want it to look like that dog, that's always what it's gonna look like, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But either way, that is for an actual cause, like some sort of animal rights or whatever. So, you know, gay.
Makes
So
sense.
for my number 1,
Nothing wrong
because
with being
they're
gay.
no, not at all. But when
Yeah,
I
like I
say
said, we're all on the spectrum. I just didn't
when
tell
I
Hunter,
you
say
which
you've
one.
taken a very toxic turn.
Yeah,
when I say-
Hunter's become
With your
quite conservative
philosophies.
since moving to Florida.
Again, stop taking me out of context, okay? When
I'm
I
going to run
say
for political office, and this is gonna
Hunter
come back
switched to
haunt me. I already
Florida
know
all of a
it.
sudden. All of a sudden, he's starting talking crazy. Once he got down to
I
Florida,
say
DeSantis is
something
rubbing
is
off.
gay, I'm not saying that thing is homosexual. I'm saying it's stupid. Being
No, I'm right there
homosexual is
with
cool.
you. I think we should bring back the real meaning of the word that we all took it as before they thought it was crazed.
Yeah, exactly. But okay. So my number one, and it is purely because these cleats remind me of Rick. They are the Kyle Rudolph Undertaker cleats.
Hell yeah.
Those are gas.
Those almost made my list, dude.
Because you guys, Rick has been on the show before. He is, I believe, on the power rankings with the fan vote. He came out 5th favorite guest of all time.
Yeah.
But he kind of, like, when Rick hits like 43, I think he's going to look a lot like the Undertaker without his makeup on.
Does it clean?
Speaking
Yeah.
of the Haynes lookalikes, I have been saying that Little H Dog looks like Brendan Fraser for years.
You're so right.
Years.
So right.
It's identical.
Wow.
Yeah.
Modern day Brendan Fraser or like mummy Brendan Fraser?
I mean,
Modern day.
if he really worked out and became a chiseled adult, then
No,
young.
I don't think that's true.
Jake.
Little H-Dog would never have like the mummy, hair flops Brendan Fraser did.
Jake,
could
you should
probably
put
do
up a side by side for the cast to view so we can see.
I mean, I
if
don't
they
have.
look
I could probably
alike.
find a picture of him. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be
All
able
right.
to-
So my number one, and these are super dope.
Wait, I
they're
didn't do my
purple.
number one.
Oh, I thought you did. Okay.
No.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Where'd Huffy go? Is he looking
Alright.
up Brendan Fraser?
Have you there? All right.
I'm here. I'm back.
My number one cleat of all time is the Marshawn Lynch Skittles cleats.
Oh.
And
Classic.
Marshawn Lynch is probably my favorite player of all time. And
Even
I
more
just
than
love-
Aaron Maven.
yeah, definitely. But I mean, Marshawn, once he got the Skittles in him, he was just a different player. And the cleats are just so sick. And this dude's got Skittles on his cleats, and then he's about to run through your fucking face. And
he
then he's
probably has
drinking
Skittles in
shots
his
of
mouth,
Hennessy
too.
before games. 3 shots of Henny, went out, just ran through people like
Huffy,
beast.
After I said Aaron Maven and you went like
He had
this.
that big pink binky pacifier. Yeah, I was hurt. I was hurt when you said that.
Well, no, but when you did that, the screen froze on you and you looked like a DJ Khaled album cover. It was awesome.
Oh, wow.
Jake, we also need a side-by-side comparison of that freeze frame and the DJ Khaled album
He
cover.
always
I'll
needs
try my
some
best.
Advil. All right.
Okay, so my number one, they're purple. Purple's the dope ass color. They are
Purple Rain?
the Eric Ebron
Oh.
Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh.
cleats.
I haven't seen those.
Me neither. They're probably silly.
They're sick.
Where's Huffy?
Gold bottoms.
He'll be back. Gold all on my bottoms.
They're cool, but are they as cool as like the Undertaker cleats?
I think they're cooler. Got the lightning. That lightning is hard.
Those
to
are pretty
do.
dope.
There's
Those are
lightning
sick.
on the Undertaker cleats, Jake.
Got the universe behind them.
Wait, Jake, who wore these?
Eric Ebron.
No, these are very cool. If Eric Ebron didn't suck so bad, these would be so cool.
Why is Huffy on the bottom now?
He did the old Houdini switcheroo on the Zoom. It's a Zoom cheat code.
Of
Wow.
teleported underneath.
I'm over here. I'm over there. I'm over here.
Of his DDoS.
He's like he's reaching into other people's screens. Like, what the fuck?
Of just screensavers us.
But yeah, so that's a fun game. Definitely a fun one. Send me, text me or email me these photos.
Yeah.
So this was 58. Next week is 59.
I think so.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks for coming, watching, hanging out, all that jazz. Find us on YouTube where you found us.
Well, let me play us
on
out.
Instagram at Bro Football Focus. Find us on Twitter at Bro Football Focus with 1 L. We don't use it a lot, but you can find us there. Thanks for coming, Huffy. Come see us next time. Jake, if you're playing something, we can't hear it. Very faint. Come check us out next time on episode 59, the Luke Kuechly episode. Jake, oh.
Oh.
It is that? Did you just watch like Jackass? Is it like is it
Hunter,
Party Boy music?
embrace the brand, dude. This is us now. This is our beat.
No, it's like it's something.
Hunter, that is what is going to introduce the world to pro football, folks.
Huffy, do the way.
Huffy was breaking it down. There you go.